Okay, welcome to GED Study Guide Math. Uh, I went to a Google search engine and typed in GED Study Guide Math, and it took me right to this. But I believe it's a subtopic underneath myged.com website. Several examples that we're going to go through on this. I'm going to go ahead and pause and put the first example on the board and work through this. Okay, question number 1 says, where should 4/7 be placed on a number line? So this is kind of a two-step situation here. The first thing that I'm going to show you is, whenever you have a fraction, we can convert that into a decimal. The first thing to keep in mind is, whenever you see a fraction, this is a division problem. By definition, it's a division problem. 4/7 or 4 out of 7 is saying 4 divided by 7. 4 divided by 7. And I'm actually going to set that up as the division problem that it is, and I'm going to work it out. And in using that process, we're going to convert it to a decimal. So 4 divided by 7, that means 4 goes inside, 7 goes outside. So it's always that top number that we put inside the box. As you can see, we've got a problem here. 7 doesn't go into 4. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a 0.0 onto that 4. In doing that, we do not change the value of the number whatsoever. Next thing we're going to do is, when we're dividing by decimals, we want to make sure that we take this decimal and shoot it up into the answer area right away. That's our next step. Now we're going to treat this as the number 40. We need to figure out 7 into 40. Let's do this. Let's make sure that we're doing this step by step. 7 doesn't go into 4, so we'll put a 0 there. 0 times 7 equals 0. 4 minus 0 equals 4. 7 doesn't go into 4, so we drop down that 0 that we created. Now we need to figure out 7 into 40. Well, we know 7 times 6 is 42, so that 6 is too high. Let's bump that down to 5. We've got 5 times 7, which gives us 35. We subtract. We know 7 doesn't go into 5. We can create another 0 because we are behind the decimal point. So we're not changing the value at all. We can drop that 0 straight down. I like to show all of my work. 7 into 50. Well, we know 8 times 7 gives us 56. That's too big. Let's put a 7 here. 7 times 7 is 49. We can stop at this point in time because if we think of this or view this like money, this is equivalent to 57 cents. Let's take a look at choice C. Choice C is the correct answer. One thing I'd like to point out is when you see 0.5, a good idea is to think of that as 0.50 because that is equivalent to 50 cents. Remember, we can add a 0 in this situation after the decimal point and not change the value whatsoever. So that's absolutely equivalent to 50 cents. So choice C is saying, should this fall between 50 cents and 60 cents? We know, yes, that is the case, and C is the correct answer. So quick review on this. Anytime we see a fraction problem, that is a division problem. That top number goes inside the division box, if you will. We add a 0.0 when necessary. We shoot that decimal point into the answer area right away. You don't want to forget that. And then you continue to do normal division. Add zeros as you need to. A lot of times in this situation, you don't need to go very far. So this is what we do to take any fraction and convert it into a decimal. When we're looking at these decimals, again, you can always add a 0 to get a better picture or a better understanding of what that actually means. We know that's equivalent to 50 cents, and that's equivalent to 60 cents. So, number 1, the correct answer is C.